Okay. So the final thing that I wanted to discuss was your legs. Now, unfortunately, because you did film this in your friend filmed this in vertical mode. I wasn't able to get a good look at your legs and your kick rate and stuff like that. Your body position looks really good. Something I really like that I see right here actually is your breath. Your head is really nice and low in the water. You get a nice, peek out the side with your breath. Breathing technique is really good. The one thing I want to look at though are your legs, because you got one leg out here and one leg out there. So this is kind of what I'm talking about with regards to kind of splaying out your legs too much. Your legs, realistically, you need to be kind of like a goalie that does a double stack. Let's see here. Hockey. Let me see if we can get a good... There you go. Stacking the pads. The 2-pad stack. Right here. So this is a classic this is more of an older save technique called the double stack. So you want to be able to keep your legs stacked right on top of each other when you rotate. Okay? So you don't want to have your legs scissor out, because that means you're definitely bending your knees way too much when you kick. And so if you're trying to kick here, you know what? Let me take myself off a crop real quick. So if you're trying to kick like this, and then you scissor out like this, you see how far my leg comes out behind my body? So if this is the normal kick, so if you scissor your legs and bend your knee too far, you're actually going to be dragging yourself backwards. You're creating a lot of drag with your legs when you don't really need to be. So what needs to happen is you need to tighten up that kick. Tighten that kick up. Don't let that kick be this big. It only needs to be about this big, to where the top of your leg, the top of your toe, and the top of your other toe are only about 12, 16 inches apart. You don't want it any more than that. You don't want to be kicking here, and then usually this is what happens. So your leg comes up, your knee bends, and then your knee comes down and you extend. So you kind of get a little bit like this. You want it to be right here. This is where your legs want to be. Couple reasons why we want to do this, especially in triathlons. Number one, your legs realistically don't do much. Okay? Your legs for freestyle contribute anywhere between 3 to 10% of your stroke speed. I'm sorry, I felt a big old hair on my arm. It only contributes somewhere between 3 to 10% of your stroke speed. So overall, your legs are not a massive speed boost. Like if you just spend all your time kicking, maybe you'll go a second or two faster. Maybe. It's not much. It's not much in terms of a per 100. So what we want to use our legs for is we want to use our legs for rotation. We want to use our legs for just a nice steady stream of speed. We want our legs to not be a hindrance. That's that basic number one. Don't make your legs be a hindrance. Unfortunately, right now, with this kind of a knee bend, with this knee bend right here, unfortunately, this is turning your legs into a little bit of a liability. It's not as bad as I've seen other people, but this is something that definitely needs to be addressed. So what I highly recommend is working on kicking drills, and I have a video of myself kicking. So you see how there is not... Okay, I'm not going to lie, this is not my best kicking technique, but you see that my legs are nice and together. They're nice and together. They're not really, kicking out to the side too much. You know what? Let me go back to this, and what I want to do is go slower, okay? So watch my legs as I go, okay? I don't do that much rotation when I sprint though, but you see how my legs are staying nice and behind me. My legs do not come out to the sides at all. Yeah, this kind of, I'm not going to lie, this is a little bit of a bad example because sprint stroke and distance stroke are two completely different animals. Typically they're completely different. Okay, so we'll stop that. but you understand here, let me see if my backstroke kick is. Yeah, I'm totally bending my knees here. I'm totally bending my knees. Yeah, I'm attributing this to the fact that I had not touched a pool for like 6 months. I do apologize. But here's really good backstroke body positioning technique, by the way. So anyway, so that's kind of the final thing is working on that kick, get those legs nice and straight. Especially the big thing is don't let that leg come off to the side. Get those legs nice and straight when you're taking a breath and rotating on your side. So, all right. So that is it for me. Thank you very much, David, for sending in the footage. So just to recap, number 1, work on your pull path. Reach up, push down, work on that. Number 2, your cadence. Have that cadence be nice and smooth. You don't want you have 0 lag time with your hands at the end of the pull. You just need to start pulling much sooner with your hands. You want to think of your arms as a windmill. One arm is pushing, the other arm is recovering, all right? We never want to leave one arm here and then do this. You never want to do this. You want to go pull, all right? Number 3, your legs. Your legs is not that big of a problem. However, if you're wanting to really, especially when you get into the over 1,000 yards, you want those legs to be nice and straight behind you. You don't want them pushing any water forward whatsoever. So David, that's it for your swim technique review. Now, I'd like to make a kind of a quick pitch about how I do donations with this. So I do this as a free service. However, I do ask if you have the ability to, a donation would be really nice to my triathlon efforts. I am a civil engineer. I do not do this as employment. I do this mainly for fun. And, I do hope to, within the next year or so, launch my own website. Kind of like some of these bigger online swim technique websites, to where I can start, hopefully getting a better, more consistent stream of clients. Hopefully turn this into some sort of a side business to where I can find, old friends of mine that are now swim coaches, and then I can have them help me review these videos. But like I said, for now, this is just kind of a hobby of mine. I hope to use these, I use these to help fund my triathlon efforts, bike upgrades, entrance fees, stuff like that. So if you have the ability to, I would love to have a donation. Typically if we would do a in-person session, I charge $20, for a 30-minute session. So you can kind of take that into, if you do choose to donate, it's however much you want to. I don't place a set fee, just because I know not everyone has the ability to, pay coaches big money to review their swim techniques. So I want this to be accessible. But if you have the ability to, a donation would be awesome. Oh, by the way, it also helps pay for milkshakes for my daughters. My daughters are addicted to Del Taco milkshakes, so they're killing me here. No, the mini milkshakes for a 5-year-old, it's like her favorite thing in the world. I don't know. Like every time I turn around, she wants to go to Del Taco for another milkshake. So, all right. So, also tell your friends, my email is over in this corner. So if you have any friends that also want to have their technique reviewed, shoot it over to them. Got any friends? I'd really appreciate, I do this all word of mouth. I also do the streams for Zoot, which I am planning on coming back next week. Just these past couple of weeks have been crazy. I've had some medical stuff I've had to take care of personally, so it's just been weird. But I'm totally good. I'm all okay. At the time of recording this, I am totally okay. Everything is, nothing too serious. I'm all good. And I apparently figured out my cholesterol is like way good. That's something when your doctor's like, "Hey, your cholesterol's amazing." You're like, "Oh crap, am I old enough to where I have to start worrying about this garbage?" So anyway, so I do plan on doing more Zoot episodes soon. I just need to get through the end of the year and then just get back on a more normalized schedule. So anyway, thank you once again for sending me in this swim technique. I hope this really helps. You have my email. Any questions whatsoever, any follow-ups, let me know. I'm also available for a Zoom chat if there's something that I explained that just like completely went over your head. Let me know. We can set up a Zoom chat one of these nights. We can talk it over. I can try and explain it more in a way that makes more sense. So anyway, yeah. Well, that's it for me. Well, thank you so much for sending in your video again. I wish you the best for 2022. And good luck in any races that you are going to be entered in. So until later, my friends, good night, Isaiah Norris, wherever you are. I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.